The United Arab Emirates is a high GDP, hyper-modern digital economy. Consumers here have near limitless purchasing power and a standard for convenience few markets can match. Amazon entered this space through a $580 million acquisition of Souk.com. It was a strategic move that instantly integrated Amazon's global logistics and AWS cloud power into the regional infrastructure. However, there is a central anomaly in the data. Despite deploying world-class technology and capturing a dominant share of the market, the profitability of the operation does not reflect its scale. This chart shows the 2025 operating margin comparison. While AWS generates a massive 37% margin, the international segment, including the UAE, sits at just 2.9%. This stark disparity persists despite heavy logistics investments. It appears that achieving massive operational scale is not a guarantee of high profitability in a hyper-competitive digital environment. This situation reveals that Amazon.ae is caught in a structural vulnerability known as the performance trap. In this state, extreme operational efficiency and delivery speed actually work against the company, eroding brand equity and compressing margins over time. We need to deconstruct the specific market mechanics and brand psychology that create this trap and examine how the company is attempting to engineer an exit. In a digital duopoly, winning the logistical ground war can sometimes result in losing the broader business war. Porter's 5 Forces provides the framework to understand the structural pressure within the UAE e-commerce market, a space dominated by the duopoly of Amazon and Noon. The rivalry here is very high. Both giants are locked in a relentless cycle of promotions and massive capital expenditure. This is intensified by high buyer power. UAE consumers can switch platforms instantly, using total price transparency to find the lowest cost. To see what protects Amazon from this pressure, we evaluate their internal defenses using the VRIO framework, looking for value, rarity, imitatability, and organization. There is a significant contrast here. Their advanced robotics and AI infrastructure are clear sustained advantages. However, the bottom row reveals a strategic vulnerability in social capital, a specific lack of local empathy and brand connection. Technological moats and robotics hubs offer little defense if shoppers have no emotional loyalty and will abandon the platform over a minor price difference. We can identify the root of this missing loyalty by using Anderson's associative network memory model to map how consumers categorize the brand. For the UAE consumer, Amazon is defined by 3 central nodes: efficiency, variety, and speed. But the model reveals an empathy gap. Functional strengths don't link to affective associations. Concepts like UAE identity and sustainability remain dim, peripheral, and disconnected. Consumers therefore view the platform as a reliable machine rather than a culturally embedded partner. The primary competitor, Noon, exploits this gap. They anchor their brand in regional authenticity, Arabic-first messaging, and local humor to build the emotional bonds that Amazon lacks. When a brand is perceived strictly as a transactional utility, the company loses its ability to command a price premium. This combination of an empathy gap and high buyer power forces Amazon.ae into a self-destructive operational loop. This flowchart tracks the trap's mechanics. Because shoppers only value functional utility, competitors trigger intense price wars. Maintaining extreme speed and low pricing leads directly to logistics stress and employee burnout. Consequently, innovation stalls, forcing even deeper price cuts to compete. Within this cycle, feats like next-day delivery are no longer differentiators. They become baseline expectations that the consumer takes for granted. Without intervention, the company is effectively funding its own margin erosion just to keep pace with the market. To break the cycle, the company must transition from a transactional identity to a relational one. Keller's customer-based brand equity pyramid provides the structural logic for this transition. Moving up the pyramid requires moving away from broad demographics, focusing on specialized niches where shoppers prioritize sustainability or business compliance over the lowest available price. Escaping a price war requires engineering an offering where price is no longer the primary factor in the purchasing decision. The first escape vector is targeting the conscious urbanite in the B2C sector. By offering eco-certified filtering and carbon-neutral delivery, Amazon aligns with the UAE's Net Zero 2050 mandate. This turns environmental compliance into a source of emotional brand equity. The second vector targets the efficiency founder within the B2B SME space. This table details specific points of difference, such as automated UAE VAT filing and AWS-powered predictive inventory. By embedding Amazon directly into a local business's accounting and procurement systems, switching costs instantly skyrocket. While Noon focuses on B2C, Amazon can capture the professional market. These two pivots neutralize the high buyer power and intense rivalry characterizing the performance trap. If these pivots are successfully executed, the network of associations in the consumer's mind realigns. The previously peripheral concepts of sustainability and B2B integration move to the center, forming thick links with the core efficiency of the brand. The core takeaway here is that massive scale and advanced logistics are a foundation, not a complete fortress. Long-term market defensibility is achieved only when operational supremacy fuses with deep economic and cultural resonance.